Hello, my Scorpio. I hope you're having a happy new year so far. I am Crystal with Hattie's Hierophant, and I'm here to do your February 2020 general reading. I've already shuffled your cards and prayed over them and filled them with love, 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 love. Let's get it on. All right, so the center of your read is the King of Wands. And my first feeling that I get from this is you standing within your authority and the things that are passionate to you, and whatever passion you feel, you hold strong to that. And when I look into your moon energy, and your moon energy can be our subconscious spirit world working on our behalf, because they always do, because they love us so much. Let's see what is in your moon energy. So I see the Justice card. Would you like to see them? I see the Justice card, the Seven of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. So I see that we've been going back and forth about something. And because I have that King of Wands and it's all about what you're passionate about, it makes me feel like you've been trying to defend it. You feel like that you have to keep coming back with, this is why I believe this. This is why this is mine. This is why I'm so passionate about it. This is why I have so much love about it. And with that Justice card, and with it being a major arcana in your moon energy, before I start expanding on them, my immediate feeling is that justice will prevail. And the thing about justice, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be in your favor. Justice is when everything is kind of set straight and set right. And justice, she's gentle. She's not a rough housing kind of energy. Okay? Let's see how that's affecting our sun energy. And our sun energy, I like to refer to that as your ego and how we show up in the world. And a card just popped out like, Crystal, I'm ready. And it's the Four of Cups along with the King of Cups. So there is definitely some disappointment, right? But I want to expand on it a little bit, because I'm getting something else from that card. But just to show you the other cards that are in your sun energy, we have the King of Swords and we have the Hierophant. And it's making me feel like perhaps your belief system of your spirituality is being questioned, or something you find, what's the word I'm looking for? Something you find very traditional, a traditional way of doing things is being questioned. And you're feeling like you need to stand up for it, right? I'm feeling like someone's being immature in this, and not immature in the sense of, like young, but immature in the sense of la 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 la, I don't hear you, it's no, it's not what I think, so I'm not going to listen to you. Like, it may not be that exactly, but I feel like that whomever or whatever situation this is, as far as you trying to get your ideas across, they don't want to listen. And unfortunately, when you're dealing with someone like that or something, right, because it doesn't have to be a person, it can be a group, when you get that, it's hard for you to listen to what they have to say, because you're like, well, if you're not going to listen to me, I don't want to listen to you. That's the feeling I get. And this kind of brings it home, right? Because you see how he's sitting there? He's not listening. Even though there's information from God that is coming. That's information from Spirit that is bringing. And we're still sitting there like, not interested. And with that being paired with the King of Cups, you don't want to be this way. right? Because that King of Cups is all about love, bringing love. That card just popped out in your sun energy, so it was ready to move forward. But I want to go back to your moon energy because I want to expand on this Justice card. And forgive me, I know sometimes I talk really fast. I'm trying to slow down. Yeah, it's definitely, I feel like it's questioning your spirituality for sure. So we have the Justice card with the Hierophant, the Temperance card, and another Ace of Swords. So you are verbally like giving your case, okay? And that Temperance card is just saying that, like, if you want, especially when we're talking about spirituality, because that's something that's so personal, right? Or this belief system. Let's say that my belief system is very traditional, and you're saying, look, I don't believe in that. I think that men and women should work together, and I don't believe women should stay home and take care of the kids and the husband, right? And perhaps that's my belief. It's going to be very difficult for you to convince me otherwise, right? But if we create like a balance where I understand your point of view and you understand mine, that's what the Temperance card is asking. That's how you're going to get justice. You see, because that scale, if it's like this, it's tipping. It's not balanced. And with that Temperance and the Justice and that Ace of Swords, we need to balance that scale and seek understanding. Because I don't see that anyone is right or anyone is wrong, because you cannot fight someone's truth. You can't. And I feel like that's what you're trying to do with the, or someone's doing that with you, right? Or someone's doing that with you. And if that's the case, you still can be on that other, you can tip that scale and go, okay, you be that word of, I'm going to try to understand your point of view. I keep hearing agree to disagree. Sometimes that's the way to do it. Just agree to disagree. Because it's just a point of view in some cases. Yeah. So that was the expansion card on that Seven of Wands, right? It's the most beautiful card about family, but not only that, but of just unconditional love. Unconditional love. And that's how we have to handle this, I hear strife, how we have to handle people coming at you about your belief system. And this was an expansion on that Two of Pentacles. It's that Star card. I see balance, 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 right? Because that Temperance, she's balancing 2 cups of alchemy. And then you see this Two of Pentacles, he's balancing. And that Star card, she's balancing from earth to spirit. It's really important that we find that balance, because you'll gain understanding, right? Because what lies here too is creativity. And sometimes you have to be creative with your thought process to gain understanding. I don't know where this card came from, but it was here, and I just felt like it needed to go with this Star card, right? It's like, right now you're like, look, I'm not changing my mind. This is my belief system, okay? If I believe any other way, then that means that I don't love my spirituality. If I say yours is okay, I mean, to the point where it's even causing you anxiety, because you feel like, almost like, if I say yes, I understand you, then that belittles my belief. Like that's how you're feeling. And it does not. For you to have understanding for another individual, it's just that. It's understanding. It doesn't take away what you believe in your heart. Like, your thoughts are taking over so much to where you can't, like, you're not even welcoming other ideas. How do you know that Spirit isn't using this situation or that person as a vessel to bring you a message if you just shut it down? Let me expand on this Hierophant. Yeah, for sure. So we have that Hierophant card. Who was I showing it to over here? Who's over here that can see this card? And then we have the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, one of the slowest knights in the tarot. And with those two being together, it's like all these things that we're saying, right? And obviously it is very, very important to you, Scorpio. We need to slow down just a little bit, because this Knight of Pentacles, he's so intentional. He's so intentional with bringing this pentacle, with bringing this message, with bringing this gift. It's a slow ride. He thinks about his entire journey as he's going. Okay? This isn't necessary for us if we're trying to get our point across. It'll land on deaf ears. So the thing that you're trying to do, it won't work. So just slow it down a little bit. And then with this Knight of Wands, I'm sorry. What? This King of Swords with the Ten of Swords. And then on top of that, I have the Chariot. Now, the thing about the Chariot card, right? You have to be able to control the yin and the yang, the good and the bad, the fast and the slow. And how you do that on the Chariot, you have to evenly and know when just to tug on one and let one just a little bit slack, to where it creates a smooth ride and it can give you the direction you're trying to go. Because in order to turn, one is going to require a little bit more slack and one is going to require a bit more tug. Which one are you doing and that you need to like let go of? Are we blindly putting up a mask and saying, nope, I don't see it, I don't hear it, no, 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 no? Or if someone's doing that to you, I feel like this is kind of like it's a going back and forth, because that's how I keep going back and forth, right? Going back and forth. And even with the Two of Pentacles. So whoever or whatever you're going back and forth with, neither one is listening. So someone has to be the one to listen. So why not it be you? Why not it be you? Because it has to start somewhere. Is there a Capricorn that we're going back and forth with? I'm wondering. Yeah. So your ideals are coming, and I get that. And this is where we get a lot of our ideas about spirituality, religion, things like that from our childhood. That's all you know. And sometimes we're afraid to think beyond that, because if we go beyond that, I don't know that, right? I've been taught to be afraid of that. I've been taught that that's wrong. So in our immediate present, we talked about the Knight of Wands. And next to that Knight of Wands that came out initially was that Devil card, which is why I asked, are we dealing with a Capricorn? And then to me also that Devil card can also represent, so because you notice the shackles that are on those two folks. And again, it's another thing about choice, right? And even about balance. Because if you look at a scale, there's 3 things that are involved, not 2. There's this thing that's in the center that balances the 2 things on the sides, right? The scale. In the center, and then on these sides, it's both of you that's here, right? That's being held back. You're so passionate about what you believe that you are not willing to listen or consider another point of view. And you're dishing them out. You're like this and that and this and this, and this is why I believe in this. And some of them are completely valid. Both of you are. But some of them are tomfoolery. Let's recognize that tomfoolery, because we can come together and we can sit at this table together. It just doesn't have to be one of us there. Right? So I am feeling like this is another person, and this is a person who is, with the Queen of Swords, giving it to you, right? I have a feeling that one of you expected the other to like kind of bow down and be like, oh, you know what, you're right. I do believe in this silly little thing. But they were like, as a matter of fact, it's not silly. And this is why. And you didn't expect that. You didn't expect that. Right? The Hangman is all about, hey, let's surrender to it. Let's think about it. Let's listen. It doesn't mean that you believe it, but just the mere consideration opens up receiving. Okay? I'm so sorry, this is a February reading, and I feel like all my readings are nothing about love. So I'm hoping you can get those from some fabulous readers here on the YouTube, but I always pray that I hope that I can get messages for whoever watches, that it's specifically for them. And this is very specific. Yeah. So my King of Wands, and I feel like that is you, Scorpio. Like that's you coming after a battle. Like you feel like you've been battling, like you've had to battle your point of view. Okay? And it's really not. It's really not. Let's just rest it out. Let's think about it. Right? That Ace of Cups is like, there's so much there that you don't see. Either one of you. That if you just sincerely looked at it from their point of view, and they sincerely looked at it from your point of view. Did I say that right? I hope I did. It is going to be the most beautiful, loving experience. Look, with the dove. And the dove is all about spirituality and that water of baptism. Like really. I think I used that word for one of the earth signs as well. But it's I keep hearing awakening. I feel like it's going to be an awakening. And it's going to be absolutely beautiful. All right, Scorpio, you are absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next month. Bye.